Welcome to the Explainer. Look, if you've been following the AI explosion, you already know data is the fuel running the whole show. But there's this massive, kind of unspoken problem with how that data is actually valued right now. So today, we're diving into a fundamental shift in the economics of AI training data. We're looking closely at the Codatta royalty engine. It's a system that completely rethinks how data contributors actually get paid. If you want to understand the mechanics behind what could literally be the biggest disruption in the AI space, well, you're in exactly the right place. Let's get into it.
Right off the bat, we've got to address the elephant in the room here. AI training data currently has zero royalty system. Absolutely none. And the source material puts it so perfectly, saying that's a feature for the labs, a bug for everyone else. I mean, really think about that for a second. For these giant tech labs building the models, getting data dirt cheap and never having to pay royalties, that is a massive advantage. It's literally a feature of their business model. But for the creators, the labelers, the providers, the folks actually generating the value, it's a massive systemic bug.
So, Section 1, the AI compensation bug, and exactly why the current model is so broken. When you look at today's deal, the disparity is wild. On one side, you have the contributors. Labelers get paid exactly once, usually just a tiny flat fee per task. And data providers, they're basically forced to sign their data away forever. Then, on the other side, you've got the models. The companies owning these models take that data and earn revenue off it for years. They capture literally all the downstream value. Basically, whoever owns the model wins the whole shebang. The contributors just get a quick thanks and a tiny check, while their actual work goes on to generate continuous wealth.
And it gets worse, because how is that money even divided up internally? Well, it's a total black box. Revenue splits happen in some spreadsheet that absolutely no one on the outside ever sees. There's zero transparency. If you contributed a crucial piece of data that makes a model super valuable, you have literally no way of knowing how much value your data actually generated, and you definitely aren't getting a cut of it. It's just this opaque financial math that entirely shuts out the original creators.
Moving to Section 2, data as streaming songs. This is a totally new paradigm for compensation.
Stop treating data like a one-time purchase. It's such a simple sentence, right? But it completely flips the current AI economic model on its head, and this is the foundational philosophy behind Codatta's approach. We really need to stop viewing data as this disposable commodity that you just buy once at a massive discount, and start viewing it as an ongoing, valuable asset.
So Codatta wants to treat data usage as a replayable event. Now, what does that actually mean? It means treating every single time a dataset is used as a priceable, highly traceable event. It's the exact same logic Spotify or Apple Music uses for a song play. When you listen to a track, the artist gets a micro royalty. Codatta is just asking, hey, why shouldn't data be treated the exact same way? If an AI model uses a specific dataset to generate something valuable, the creators of that dataset should earn a royalty for that specific play. It makes total sense.
All right, Section 3, inside the royalty engine and the settlement layer that's actually making this real.
Let's look under the hood here. The really crucial point is that this engine replaces that hidden, opaque spreadsheet we just talked about with a fully auditable system, and it's based on 4 very specific inputs. First up, usage events. This tracks exactly who used what data, precisely when, and how much. Second is the valuation config, because, not all data is created equal, right? This factors in the quality, the scarcity, and the recency of the data. Third, you've got an ownership snapshot, locking in exactly who owned the data the moment that event happened. And finally, the revenue account, which tracks the actual earnings of the AI builder. These 4 versioned inputs feed the engine, and it's all completely transparent.
And because those 4 inputs are completely locked in, you get this beautiful, mathematically reliable result. One invariant out. If you put the exact same inputs in, you get the exact same payout out, every single replay. No human error, no secret adjustments in some backroom spreadsheet, no corporate bias. The royalty engine ensures absolute consistency because it calculates those obligations based purely on the math. Which brings us to Section 4, Train Now, Pay Later. Let's look at the dual benefits of this engine.
Now, you might be sitting there thinking, okay, this sounds amazing for the data creators, but why on earth would the massive AI builders ever agree to this? Well, because the value proposition is actually crystal clear for both sides. For the AI builders, this introduces a train now, pay later model. They can use the data set today, completely removing that upfront friction. They don't need to burn millions of dollars in cash just to acquire the data to start training. They can actually pay from their future revenue as the money lands. Plus, they get clean, auditable receipts. No more of that trust us, we'll figure out the splits later nonsense. And for the contributors, well, it's all about the tracking. Every single dollar traces back. From the dataset version to the specific assets, straight down to your unique contribution fingerprint, and ultimately right into your wallet.
And I really want to emphasize the ultimate bottom line here, which is trust. No retroactive edits, no opaque math. This is about absolute transparency. If there's ever a dispute that somehow changes the initial inputs, that change isn't hidden away. It's publicly logged, and the payout is safely recomputed based on the new, agreed-upon inputs. The engine is literally designed to protect the contributor from having their earnings quietly erased after the fact.
So that brings us to the ultimate question we have to ask ourselves as we wrap up this explainer. Is this what the future of AI royalties should look like? We've seen just how broken the current flat-fee black box system is, and we've walked through Codatta's vision of treating data like streaming songs, traceable, replayable, and actually fair. By using a transparent settlement layer with clear inputs and predictable payouts, it really does seem like a massive leap forward for data contributors and builders alike. But what do you think? Is this streaming-style solution the real fix for the AI compensation bug? It's a fascinating paradigm shift for sure, and one that could totally redefine the entire AI economy in the years to come. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and keep learning.